Speaking of people who are not,
That was random.
yeah, like this kid straight up eats pilipili. No nonsense, okay? Speaking of people who we need to put under the microscope, it's just men in general. Because for the longest time possible, there's been this conversation or rather this debate that men are more predisposed to cheating and being polygamous. People saying as far as there's no one man that is absolutely monogamous. And it's become so, drilled into our brains that people now believe that a man cannot be faithful to one woman and it cannot work out in a monogamous situation. However, there's one foul shy who's calling out this nonsense and saying, stop blaming imaginary science over the lack of self-control. And that is exactly what it is, because men and women both crave sex and intimacy as much as the other. There's no such thing as a man wants to have more intercourse than a woman. A man is more attracted to, or more inclined to have an accident and have an affair than a woman is. All of us have these urges. All of us have this, feelings. All of us see someone we're attracted to, we're like, damn, I would hit that. So I just don't understand. Is it internalized misogyny where we are so inclined to believe that a man will do whatever he wants, even if he does not love you, okay? Even if he's very in love with you, he will still sleep with another woman, but still be very in love with you. And that was a conversation on the Young, Famous, and African, where Two-Face Idibia, was having this conversation at a public dinner, him and his wife and a few friends. And Baba goes on a rant on how he can have sex with anybody, regardless of the fact that he is truly in love with his wife. And it is so embarrassing for his wife to just sit there and listen to this man justify the fact that he is having intercourse with other people outside of his marriage and say that it is natural. That's just what men do. But that's a lie. Women are also attracted to other men. As in, what's the problem? What is the problem? And I think we need to deviate. We need to unlearn all of these practices, because let's be honest. Me, if I see a man and I'm like, damn, I would hit that, I would tap that. It's all about self-control. I ask myself, am I ready to lose? Am I ready to give up on the relationship I am in right now to pursue that person? And it's all about self-control. Can you control yourself enough to not have an accident, to not have an affair, to not pursue somebody when you know very well you're in a committed relationship? That is the question. It's no such thing as men are predisposed to cheating or to having multiple partners. Women can do these things too. But when we do it, we are branded as promiscuous. We are branded as, you're a hoe, you're doing the most, you're having relations with all of these people. But when men do it, it's okay. That's just very problematic to me.
Anyway, socialization,
Yeah.
culturalization, especially culture,
Yeah.
and stupid things being made, stupid sentences. For example, men think about sex every 7 or 8 seconds. What kind of nonsense?
So do women.
What are you trying to say? Like, honestly, out of your whole day, that's what you're thinking. 7 seconds. Look, at the end of the day, if really your life is made of nothing else and you really have no ambitions in your life, you're gonna think about it.
Yeah.
If you have nothing going on, if you really have no focus, if there's nothing that's keeping you wide awake and busy and moving, you're going to think about it. And that's across all genders, all right? Like, we've spoken about this in jest, and we've spoken about, especially when women are going through ovulation, you become an almost animalistic person. Like, your focus can be so hypersensitive to just getting it, to the point where, Mbaka, you think about it after, you're like, what was that?
What was the reason?
Who am I? And why did I act like that? And these things are then swept under the rug because we then assume that men are the most, their sexual conquests, their sexual association, their attachment to sex and ego needs to be consistently and constantly stroked, pun intended, constantly, to the point where we also start to make women feel like less than, or make us feel like, your needs are, you can handle it, you can take it. Like, sometimes when you sit down with men and you have conversations and they're like, you can manage, you can, you've got this. I mean, you can tell yourself no, as opposed to, as in, what are we doing?
Are
If
you
we
a
all
lower
just
animal?
started,
You know.
hey, what are you, a rabbit? Like, if we all started acting instinctively, if we all started acting out of natural occurrences, do you know what kind of world this would be? We're already at 7 billion. Can we please try and control these numbers? Can we please try and control the number of diseases that are going around? Can we stop making it look like it's just a man thing? It's just a male thing. It's a human thing. You have a body, you have a pulse, you have blood flowing through you. You're gonna want to get some. So let's stop making it look like it's just a man thing, okay? And for all those who still feel like it's natural and it's an instinct, it's manly,
It's instinctive.
men need to be polygamous. May you meet your match.
Uh-huh.
May you meet one who exactly thinks like you, carbon copy of your mental acuity. May you find someone who will treat you in the same way and give you the same lines that you keep feeding us on this internet. Someone who will tell you, Aki babe, you know me, I can't be with. May you find that. May that be your portion. Because at this rate, I feel like the only way to balance this out is fire for fire.